Hey everyone, it is Nicole, and there we go, sorry, color change there. It's Nicole, and I am back with Fred's Advanced Society, episode 10 recap, possibly the winter finale, I don't know, I'm gonna say it might be. So let's hope I can speed through this really fast, and it'll let me upload it, and not cut me off like it usually tries to. Lots of things to talk about, lots and lots of things to talk about. First off, we have Hunter. Last episode, he kind of passed out. This episode, he's upright. He's good. He's in the hospital bed and he's awake, and his parents are there, and Kara is snooping outside, and she hears them talk. And basically, he had a reaction to some medication, but he's okay after like another day or so of observation. They're willing to send him home. Hunter's parents are so relieved, and, they're like, oh, but Hunter, do you really want this? And Hunter's been looking at Kara the whole time, but I think he looks at his parents and he sees how upset they are, and he goes, yeah, of course I want to come home. Which kind of is a shot to the heart for Kara, and she just kind of pieces out. Leo is trying to call Emma. Emma's not answering. As we know from last episode, she has been allowed to go home, which is not good at all because she's not the one out of all the Red Banders. She's least likely to be healthy right now. As we know, she basically has said what she needs to say, and she's acted the way she's needed to act to get everyone to let her go home, and nobody's the wiser. So Leo's freaking out, and he keeps leaving her voicemails. This girl comes to visit Jordy, and she's all like, oh, I heard you could get me pills from Delaney. Like, Delaney said you could get me pills. He did this one time last episode. It was a one-time thing because he needed money to get his application through so he can be emancipated. But you know what happened? This girl leaves her number after making out with him, and she has no idea who he is. He has no idea who she is. And he's like, no, I don't do that. He throws it in the trash, and we think he's done with that. Yay. Dr. Naday and Nurse Jackson have some awkward sexual tension. There's a lot of, oh, hey, and oh, what's up, and it's just interesting to see, but we'll see where it goes. Nurse Brittany is upset with Dr. McAndrews. They had a one-night stand, or what Dr. McAndrews thought was a one-night stand, and obviously she didn't think it was. She's not that type of girl, so she's giving him the silent yet mean treatment, and he's kind of like, what? What'd I do? Stupid. Hunter goes and talks to Kara, and he's like, I had to, blah, blah, and she's like, I don't care, do what you want. And Hunter's like, you're gonna be like that? And he's trying to talk to her, and Kara's just like, being upset would imply that I cared about you, and she kind of walks off, typical Kara fashion, doesn't give a crap about anybody. And she decides she's leaving the hospital for the day. Leo finds her, and he's kind of like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's like, I won't tell Nurse Jackson if you take me with you and bring me to Emma's house. And Kara's like, doesn't want to do that, but Kara's like, just get in the elevator. So they get in the elevator, they leave the hospital, and Kara doesn't say anything, but it's pretty obvious she's not driving Leo anytime soon to Emma's house. Emma goes home, and she says hi to her mother, and her sister, La's like so happy, and she's hugging her. And she's like, come upstairs, you gotta see my posters. So Emma starts to go upstairs, and she trips. And her parents are like, oh, are you okay? She's like, oh, it's fine, I'm tripped. In the back of our heads, we're all saying, oh, you're weak from not eating, but it's cool. So she goes upstairs, Kara brings Leo to basically the football field at her old school. We see the cheerleaders practicing. We see, the football team practicing. And Kara starts into this whole discussion about how she doesn't know what she's going to do if she ever leaves the hospital. She lost her passion for cheerleading. She's lost, she's lost her vibrancy in life, the stuff that makes her mean. And everyone sit there and go, oh, it's her. And she's not sure where she's going, and Leo tries to bond with her, and he's like, well, I don't know either, and Kara's kind of like, of course you know. Everybody knows what you're doing when you get out of here, and Leo doesn't understand, and Kara's like, come on, and he leads her away. And so Dr. McAndrews is talking to Jordy, and he's like, hey, Jordy, so I want to do this experiment. I want to go back into the surgery of your leg. I want to take out that tumor or work more on it. And, of course, Jordy's like, whatever you say, whatever you say. And he's like, okay, well, let's get you set up for tomorrow. So Jordy's all excited, more operation. Let's fix this cancer. More Nurse Jackson, Dr. Naday, sexual tension. Yeah, there's more of that. More Nurse Brittany being all meh, and Kenji's obviously, what the heck is going on? He's picking up on something. And then we keep going, and so Emma's unpacking at her house, and her mom comes up, and they have this talk, and she's like, why didn't you visit me? And her mom gets into this whole thing about going to a support group, and somebody's kid died there, and it just all this affected her, and she lets it slip something about Emma's grandmother, and Emma doesn't want to talk, Emma wants to talk about it, and her mom doesn't want to talk about it, which is really strange for her, and she's kind of like, what's going on? And her mom's kind of like, I'll let you get settled in, and just kind of backs out, which is very uncomfortable. Kara takes Leo to the soccer field, and she gives him a soccer ball, and she's like, kick the ball, and he's like, no, I'm not into soccer anymore. And Kara's like, kick the stupid ball, I'm gonna kick you, and, so, you know, he does kick the ball, and he's really excited about it, and he feels great about it, and, you know, they kind of have this talk, and they're like, Kara's like, promise me something, and she's like, promise me that when you leave, you will forget about all of us, especially Emma. And Leo's like, I can't do that. And Kara's like, promise me you're going to do that. Which is interesting to think about. Meanwhile, Jordy, Dr. McAndrews is having a really upset conversation in the Child Welfare Agency because Jordy is not emancipated just yet. The Child Welfare people group, they don't want this surgery to happen. They're upset. They tell Dr. McAndrews he basically can't do it, which pisses him off, and he tells Jordy, and Jordy's like, give me like a day or so, and I'll push my application through, like it's almost done. He needs the money, and Dr. McAndrews is like, okay, we'll do that. And Jordy grabs the number out of the bin and makes a call, so we're guessing he's going to go get drugs. No. And then Dr. Naday and Nurse Jackson, they have talks about having a date and something like that. Later, she's at the nurse's station, and Kenji's like, okay, what's going on? And Brittany reveals that she slept with Dr. McAndrews. They're all like, why would you do that? And she's like, I didn't know, blah, blah. And typical, like, upset, meh. Emma goes to talk to her dad, and they have this conversation. She asks about her grandmother. Her dad doesn't want to say, and then finally he reveals that when they were cleaning out her grandmother's house, they found food hidden everywhere, something that Emma, we've seen her do in the past, and we realized that, you know, her grandmother may have been anorexic as well, and Emma's upset, and she's like, why didn't you tell me? I felt so alone. I didn't understand why it was just me. And she gets upset and heads up to her room. Later, her little sister comes and says, you have to come out for dinner, and Emma's like, I'm not hungry, which is a sore subject for everyone, and they're kind of like, Emma, and she's like, okay, I'm coming, you know, like, I have to eat, okay. Leo and Kara are in the car, and they don't want to go back into the hospital, and they're talking a lot, and they end up kissing, oh good. Dr. Naday and Nurse Jackson, something kind of switches within her, and she just decides, you know, like, I'm really sorry, but I can't date right now. Don't know what's going on, whatever. Jordy, we see him sneak into the chemotherapy area. He talks to this woman. She's elderly. He's talked to her a lot. And he does his little hand magic trick where he slips out some pills, and then we see him later going back to his room and grabbing some aspirin and combining them and just kind of like scraping them off the aspirin code so they look like real pills as well. Not good. Hunter is about to leave the hospital, but he gets a page, and he just got a kidney, yay. So he's staying and being prepped for surgery. He talks to Dash, and, you know, Dash is telling him the Red Band Society always gives each other pep talks before they go into surgery. You know, they're always there for each other. And Hunter brings up the idea that, you know, Dash, everyone thinks Leo's the leader, but I think it's you, and it's like this big thing where he keeps everyone together. And then he gives Dash the letter, and he's like, in case I don't wake up. And Dash is like, what? No, you're going to wait. You're going to deliver this to Kara yourself. And he's like, in case I don't. So Dash now has a letter to Kara in his possession in case Hunter does not survive the surgery. Kara and Leo are still making out in the van. There's a comment of, no one's ever seen me like this. Maybe Leo about his leg, and Kara doesn't care. They don't have a condom, though, so let's hope this doesn't go further than it needs to go. Meanwhile, Emma's at the dinner table, and she's pushing her food around. Her mom notices. They make a comment. She's upset. And she brings up Grandma, and they're like, you're going to eat. And she's like, why didn't anyone tell me about Grandma? And her mom's like, we're not going to put a name to this, because if we put a name to this, you're going to think that you can have the disease, which is just really weird and messed up, and it doesn't feel right. And Emma gets upset, but she, I think she eats the food. They're prepping Hunter for surgery, and, he's like, wait, who gave me the liver? And they say, it's this person, and I believe that's the last thing he says before they put him under. So much to catch up on. Dr. Naday and Nurse Jackson, they have a moment in Charlie's room. Charlie's awake for this. But they kind of talk it out, and then they just end up kissing each other, and then we flash to Charlie sitting at his bed, and we see his hand go up. So he seems to have some motor control, which is awesome for Charlie. Yay, dude can move. So then Emma, we see her back in her room. She shuts and locks the door. Again, why do we give this kid locks? Do not give this child locks on her door right now. But she locks the bedroom door. She runs into the bathroom. She locks the bathroom door. She calls Leo. We know that Leo's not going to pick up because Leo's kind of all over Kara right now. And she doesn't get an answer, so she freaks out, whips the phone, and then we see her grab a toothbrush, and I'm like, no, 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 and she starts shoving it in her throat, and we hear her gagging as she heads over to the toilet. Not good. Flashback to, kissing and all that stuff. And then at the end of the episode, we hear Kara's dad banging on her door, and he opens the bedroom door, and he's like, Emma. Emma, what's going on? And he runs to the bathroom door, he bangs on the bathroom door, and he kicks it open, and Emma is laying passed out on the bathroom floor. Whew! Sorry, I sped through that a little bit. I think that covers everything that happened in episode 10 / I think the winter finale. We'll see this Wednesday if it was the winter finale, if I can't find Red Band Society on to record. So yeah, a lot happened, a lot of cliffhangers. That probably was the winter finale. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm a little out of breath. There was a lot to catch up on. I may have missed some minor details possibly. I may have had it a little out of order. But I believe I got all the information to you. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I hope to have some new videos up soonish. Book videos. Maybe I'll find something else to react to or recap. So stay tuned. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. And always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye.